guys, welcome to the Holly Furtick YouTube channel. As you know, I love books and I love great stories. And summer is well underway, so we all need some good summer reading. And I thought instead of sharing with you about great thrillers or rom-coms, that I would share with you some of the best true stories that I have read in my lifetime. So here are some of my favorites. I got a big stack for you. I'm going to go through them really fast, and you can pick them up at a store near you or Amazon or wherever you buy your books. All right, first one, Call the Midwife. This is probably in my top 10 of all time books. If you, my husband made fun of me for saying this, but if you like childbirth stories, you know who you are. You will love this book. It is about a midwife, post-World War II, 1950s London. It opens up with a very graphic childbirth, and it has great characters. And I promise you, I don't care if you've seen the show is great. The book is always better. So go back, read the book. You will love it. That's Call the Midwife by Jennifer Worth. Now, we just did this on book club. I got to interview this amazing woman. This is Lara Hardin's story, The Many Lives of Mama Love. This is about a suburban soccer mom. Turns out that she had an addiction to heroin, and she goes to jail for identity theft. And you get to hear her story of forgiveness, her story of redemption. This book is amazing. There's a little bit of language in this book, so if you're sensitive to that, but other than that, amazing story. You will love this. Tab Code. This is for all the guys out there. Okay, wait, let me go back. Men, you will like this book. Stephen Furtick read this book in 2 days. Also for the men, the guys out there who want a great story, this is called Tab Code, and it is the story of Colonel Carl Smitty Harris, and he was an American POW during Vietnam. At the very beginning of the war, he was imprisoned for, I think, like 8 years. He was imprisoned with John McCain, and he invented the Tab Code, which is something taught to people in the military even today, how they communicate. It's sort of like Morse code, but not. But the great thing about this story is it's Captain Smitty's story, but it's also his wife's story stateside. And this is so amazing. I promise you, it's a great marriage story. It's a great war story. You will love this book. That is Tab Code. This is an old book club book. One of the first authors I ever had on book club, Liz Pryor. This story is called Look at You Now, My Journey from Shame to Strength. Liz was found herself pregnant at age 17, and her parents were Catholic in the 1970s, so she got sent away to a home for girls to have the baby. This is such an incredible story. Wonderful characters. You will love this book. Have any of you read this? Crying in Hmar. This is a book for all of the foodies out there. If you love food, especially if you love Asian cuisine, you will love this book. This is a story about a woman who was grieving. She lost her mother, and she decides to go back and cook some of her mother's Korean cuisine recipes. It's really touching, and like I said, lots of great food details. So if you like food, you will love this memoir. Okay, Maid by Stephanie Land. This was a show, is a show on Netflix. The show is excellent. Of course, the book is better. This is about a single mom struggling to support her daughter, and she finds herself cleaning homes in the Pacific Northwest. And her story of overcoming difficulty and abuse in her marriage is incredible. I absolutely love this book. This is one of those books that just really gives you empathy for others and what they're going through. So this is Maid, Stephanie Land. One of my heroes, Beth Moore. If you have ever done a Beth Moore Bible study, you absolutely have to read Beth's memoir. She takes you from her childhood all the way through her ministry. She talks about how she taught Christian aerobics. Yes, that was a thing. Maybe it still is. I don't know, but Beth was one of the first ones doing it. And this is such an incredible story of one of my heroes. And so if you love Beth Moore, you will love her memoir. All right, here's a classic. The Glass Castle by Janette Walls. A lot of high schoolers now have to read this story. If you've never read this story, it is incredible. Also a movie. It doesn't say that on the book, but it's a great movie, but obviously better book. This is about a girl who grew up in rural West Virginia. They didn't even have running water in their home. Her parents both struggled with mental illness, and the things that she overcame. She tells us her story. It's incredible. You will love Jeanette. Audiobook is great. Jeanette reads it. All of the audiobooks on these are great. Beth reads hers. Incredible. Okay, here's another wonderful Holly Furtick book club, Cheryl Strayed, Wild. If you love hiking and outdoors, this is another great one for the guys. I loved this story. This is Cheryl found herself, her mother passed away. She was grieving, she was struggling with addiction, and she somehow got this idea. She'd never been on an overnight hike. She gets this idea to hike the PCT, which is the Pacific Crest Trail. It goes from Mexico to Canada. She tells you her past, and then she tells you like the struggles, the physical struggles of the hike, and then the people that she meets along the way on the hike. This is an incredible story. And again, if you read this, you can go back and watch my interview with Cheryl. It was incredible. I love this book. You're going to love it. This is also a movie with Reese Witherspoon. Book was better though. Okay, I'm Glad My Mom Died by Janette Mcurdy. This was a really interesting one for me. Janette Mcurdy was a Nickelodeon child star. Her mom was that typical stage mom. She tells the story of her childhood, of her childhood acting. She talks a lot about eating disorder, and so very interesting, maybe a little bit heavier on the adult content side, but a really great story. And I like how Jeanette is very honest and vulnerable about the things that she's been through and about her relationship with her mom. So Janette Mcurdy, I'm Glad My Mom Died. And finally, another book club. So there's 4 book club books in here. And after you read the book, you have to go back and watch the interview. This woman is an amazing, amazing hero. Dr. Edith Eva Eger. This is her memoir. It's called The Choice. Dr. Edith survived Auschwitz concentration camp. And the first part of the book is about that and her survival. But the last part of the book, she immigrates to America and she finds herself dealing with PTSD and struggling with trauma. And this is her story of how she overcame, and talks about how surviving is a choice and we don't have to be victims. It's so encouraging and so inspiring. And I so love this story and I love this interview. So you've got to get this book if you're wanting to read something different on the beach and something that maybe will challenge you a little bit. That is Dr. Edith Eva Eger. So there you have it. This is my stack of memoirs that I recommend if you're looking for something different to read this summer. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any memoirs that you recommend, put it in the comments. Let me know. I always love a good memoir that reads like a fiction story. So let me know in the comments if you like this. Make sure you like, subscribe for more content like this, and share it with someone that you think will like it. And I'll see you back here next time, the Holly Furtick YouTube channel.